Well, good evening. I want to take the opportunity to talk about something that happened yesterday. Yesterday, I realized two things. First, is that the video was too long. It was more than 15 minutes long, so it doesn't want to load the original video that I recorded yesterday. I tried to record like at least three times. So, and if it's possible, I upload the first version because I think it's the fresher one. And also, I want to talk about. I thought there was two things yesterday. The other stuff that I want to talk about is that I got a very good idea about what can I do with this channel. I want to do like a YouTube digest idea. That's what I wrote in here. The YouTube digest would be like I will talk about the videos that I have watched, and I want to keep spreading the word of the good videos that I see, because right now I'm watching videos about how to work online, for example, and stuff like that. So another thing that happened yesterday is that I got caught out the part that after I talked that I study English, that I do most of this thing for studying English. I was talking about that I also study for my hobbies. And it's interesting because, like the mastery book said, you also need to study for your hobbies. So I was talking about afterwards that, well, taking chess apart, I would put that in the game category of the stuff that I do. Uh, then my hobby, the drawing hobby, that is, I'm getting some difficult time getting back to it. I already told you what Linares says about that, about how you need to practice, that you need at least 3 hours, one for the basics, two for the studies of objects, and the third one to your free practice. I still having some problems to find the 3 hours in a day. Right now, I think I'm only doing that for English. So it's a little of all the other stuff that I want to make. Also, the other hobby would be like playing the piano. Yesterday, I play a song, so that's like 15 minutes. Also, very difficult to get to 3 hours, but we are thinking of how do we do that. And in that case, the interesting thing is that I think if you try to learn to play the piano, you will end up knowing how to read the pentagram. Right now, it's a little difficult and it's more muscle memory than anything else. But I think I'm getting to the point, and when I'm beginning to recognize patterns. So I'm already finished. I have like 5 years I have been like from 5 years trying to learn to play the piano, and I'm already finishing like the beginner part, the beginner songs part. So I think I'm doing pretty good with that. But also right now I want to take it to the next level. And the third part, the programming part, programming is difficult. I have been like sometimes I have put like 3 or even 6 hours. That for some people it may seem like it's little, but that's not the only thing that I'm trying to do. It's difficult, but I think I'm making some progress. I used to be enrolled and I received class on Saturdays, all Saturday. Well, it was only the afternoon, I think. But no, it was all day, but because I remember we went to have lunch in there. It was very cool, but I couldn't find the time between the week to advance the stuff that we supposed to learn. Also, the other thing that I want to talk about is that got cut out of my last videos that I think is important is that if you want to give me some comments, uh, for example, the most important thing that I want comments about right now is of the content and also for my pronunciation of all the things that I'm English related, my English studies related. So I will appreciate that I have some comments about that if you want to. Let me see if I. Oh, the last thing that I will talk about is that in the last video I think I mentioned that I use ChatGPT also for study. In right now I'm asking each day to give me 5 words that are C1 level. I don't know if I already talked about that. That's how you're supposed to get graded. Some of the grade that you get in a speaking part of the TOEFL test, it measures your C1, your B2 and C1 level words that you use as a percentage of how much things did you say. So it's important to have new vocabulary. Some C1 words are not difficult, but they are very specific, and they get a lot of meaning. So last time I told that I was trying to remember some C1 words that I was studying, but I keep forgetting them. So right now I did, and I have in my book, I have the list of the words that I have been. These words, the interesting thing about this is that these words I already know them, but when I'm trying to talk, they don't come to mind. It's very difficult. For example, eloquent, intricate, nuanced, ambiguous is a word that I think it's not that difficult to understand, but it's difficult to use it in a normal conversation. Resilient, sophisticated, melancholy, pragmatic is the song that I think is the only one that I remember. Impetus is the other one. And I see coalesce, disseminate. So these are the examples of words that I'm getting. These are the examples of C1 words. So I think with this, I finally finished the first theme that I wanted to talk about. That is about what the things I'm studying. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to begin talking about the hobbies and trying to remember how much time I have devoted to some of that stuff and what I think would be the next steps to make it to spend more time or to go deeper in what I get from my hobbies. So that will be everything for today.